Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well and prepared because we are back. I needed a few days for myself, actually 2 days, because yesterday I didn't do a video, I did a short just to laugh a bit. But we are back just to finish actually the 22-23 of Juventus with a tier list. You can already see it here. We will go again the players so far because everything can change, but we played 21 games. Let's see and judge them. Top players, good players, not enough, flop, and also the one that are not applicable, like for example, Pinsoglio that didn't play any minute. We will do that together. We will do it together. You, me, we will watch. I will also explain why. And this is what we will do today, actually, mainly without too much blah, 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 blah. That's what we'll do. I hope you enjoyed the new intro. Of course, it's the intro for the World Cup because the World Cup is starting on Sunday. I watched Italy a bit while I was also listening to Cristiano Ronaldo, first part of his interview. A lot of things already has been spoiled. I saw the leaks of the new possible home, away and third shirt of Juventus. Heard a bit of Mercato news, of course, so we can talk about a lot of things, but I'm happy that finally I'm here together with you. I will tell you the truth privately. It's a bit like that, so we'll overcome that moment, but I couldn't watch to be together with you to do that live, at least finishing 22-23 of Juventus. Guys, sorry for the lineup. By the way, this is not working, and this is already starting to annoy me. I was believing and hoping it would work, but it's not, so I don't know why. Let's take it away. There was here up the count of the people that were watching live, but it's not working, so we'll have to invent something on that one. Ciao to Alexis Caraguezian, they saying ciao Beppe, ciao to everyone, ciao my friend, ciao to Anthony Schifano that is there as well, my friend Kostić, always there, good evening, I hope you love the new intro, World Cup edition, but also here, and the frames are made for the World Cup, it's not over, I can show you the different things that we have. Here we have the split. Always with this one, we have to take away the count. It's not working. That's what I wanted to try. And also here the chat box. The chat box, we can leave it at the moment without problem. Then we have the landscape, what we will do together. And then we have something special, guys. I don't know if you want to see it or not, but it will be for the watch-alongs of the World Cup, because during the World Cup, we will pick some games and we will do some watch-alongs. So you will probably be at work or at school or at home, but if you want to, you can follow it with me. We will do live commentary on the game that we will watch, being as neutral as possible. So tell me, guys, are you ready to unveil it, to see the totally new skin and overlay for the watch-alongs? I hope you will enjoy it. Made by my great friend Aman, that is probably watching, and I don't know if he's writing or not. I don't see him here. Anyway, yeah, here he is. Our friend Aman that helped me to actually did everything. He did everything. Thank you to Aman again. So let's see if we can watch it or not. Of course, I used the graphics for Albania Italia that I watched 1-3 we won, but the Italy in real big difficulty. So I show you immediately now, and you tell me what you think about it, if you like it or not, because I hope you like it. Here it is. So that will be the skin for the watch-alongs, where you see that here on the right side of your screen you have the lineups of both teams. Below you can see real time where the ball is going. Is it corner kick, it's a penalty, is it a red card, a yellow card? You can see the ball movement from live scores. Here you have the score with the chrono, you have the two flags, of course you have the two World Cups. That will be something really nice. And also when we score, of course, we will have some animations like this ones. We'll try to do it a bit better, and maybe having some surprises. You have the music that you already heard for the goals. So this is the work I did behind the screen with my friend Aman. So I hope you enjoy it. because it will be for 1 month, actually, until the 18th of December. You will see these ones on the channel when we are live, and we will speak and we will focus a lot about the World Cup. By the way, I saw that Di Maria, luckily, with a miracle, he was walking. I thought that he couldn't walk anymore, and not only he was walking, but he was also running, and not only he was running, but apparently he was also now scoring goals, making assists. Mamma mia. Di Maria. No, I tell you the truth, guys. I tell you the truth. I saw him scoring that first goal. That was fantastic. He was free. He was alone. The team there, their opponents were a really strange team. They were leaving Di Maria alone. But anyway, the goal that he was making was pop, pop, pop. Fantastic. The first one. Second one was also a really beautiful one. And I tell you the truth, I couldn't enjoy. I tell you the truth. I'm a hater. I am a hater of these kind of things, because then I say, why didn't you do it with us? Of course, he didn't have the play time that we were expecting. He was a bit injured. He was a bit suspended with that red card. It was in a moment of difficulty of Juventus. But I was pissed off. I watched the goal, I was pissed off. And then I see also helicopter is saying, and Paredes. Paredes, that him it's even worse than Di Maria. Because if Di Maria, he was already entering and doing some flashes of, again, what he could do, because he tried also to score the same volley with his left foot. He tried it in one of the last games, I believe it was versus Verona, if I'm not wrong. If my memory is working well, he tried a few things. He was present, at least not running 100%. We saw the difference with today. At least he tried. Paredes, he was a ghost. And today he was playing even more than 45 minutes. This is why I was not really happy today. Anyway, I don't know you guys if you enjoyed seeing Di Maria scoring with Argentina or not. I tell you immediately, I hope that Argentina 3 games and they are home. At least they learned their lesson. Sorry for our Argentinians fan on the channel. I tell you immediately what I believe. So, Ahmad is saying also Paredes played 89 decent minutes. This is what I was just saying. He played more than 45. At least Di Maria, he started to play with us 10 minutes, 20 minutes. At the end, he played 32, 33 minutes in the last game versus Lazio, where he was important at the end, that beautiful combo with Chiesa. Paredes, well, he disappeared. So, what can we say about Paredes? Is it because he was injured? Looks like not today. Or is it because our friend was maybe a tactical choice of Allegri that gave up already on him? That can be, Beppe, what is that down there on the right side? Where? The right side? Here below, here on the corner. It's actually when the game is live, of course. Now it's not live anymore. We have no game live. But here you will see actually the ball moving of right, left, on the side. You can see if there is a counter attack or not. You can see a lot of info on that square. So that will be, but you will understand it while the game will be on live. So here we are, Beppe, that I answered that question. Valhalla, Beppe, hello from Albania, my friend. Hey, I'm sorry that you lost today, 3-1, but not deserved loss. It was absolutely not a deserved loss. I believe that the Albania, by the way, is historical goal because it's the first time they score versus Italy. 3 games they played, and it's the only first time today. Griffo played a good game. I saw Federico Chiesa entering in the 89th minute, and he was about to score. I saw Fagioli starting well. Congratulations to him. No, I was pissed off. Forza Uruguay for George Chenuda. Argentina will not go far as far as people are thinking. I tell you, I hope they are going out really fast. I hope so that they learn that they had to play better. They had to play better. Like Milik, for example, that today played 45 minutes. Thank you for the beautiful comments, Da Juve. Thank you. So what do we do, guys? We start immediately now after 10 minutes? Or are there some topics that you want to see before? Maybe we can see the shirts. There are 3 shirts here. 1, 2, 3. Let's go to La Maglia Bianconera. Maybe we can go to La Maglia Bianconera that can show us the 2 next one. La Maglia Bianconera. Here they are. We can go to them and I will show you. 2nd and 3rd. And what is really, really, really special is that you can see here on top that it's written, this has normally a 90% accuracy. So we are, you remember, sometimes we are there and we are saying, but maybe the leagues, they will absolutely not be like they are in real life. Well, Here we have to speak about apparently a 90% accuracy. So 90%, I don't expect tomorrow that the shirt will be blue, because 90% I can understand that it will be white. These stripes that you see here, pink and gray, are inspired by the mountains that we have, Monte Rosa, that we have in our beautiful region of Torino, that you can see actually from Torino. You see these stripes here. Then of course 90%, so the color that you see here can change potentially, and you can see it in the second projection of La Maglia Bianconera, for example. Or you can eventually, let me take that away, it's annoying. Or you can actually maybe having, a blue kind of design. Can be. I don't know if you like it or not. Styler Z saying that he likes the shirt. Ciao Aldo, that is in the chat as well. Stavros really like the new concept shirts, especially having white and black for the second. Indeed, he's already anticipating the third shirt of Juve. So the third one will be in that kind of black. It's not really black, it's a kind of really dark gray. It's anthracite black grayish. So but yeah, we can say it's black with these deep gray details here, with the sponsor on the Adidas. You know it from now on, there is not the word Adidas under the logo, and then you have this kind of white finishing on the sleeves. Yeah, charcoal. Yeah, that's maybe charcoal, the right word, Mikey, of the shirt. So, or you have that kind of color with a small V-neck, or it's simple round. But anyway, I like it. I really like it. It's simple. It's strong, especially with the numbers in the back that probably will be white so that you can identify it from really far away. I like them. I have to admit, I really like them. It's strange, I have to admit, it's strange that for the third consecutive season we will go again with these deep black. Even if the last two seasons it was on our away shirt, this time it will be on our third. But anyway, it's strange. 3 consecutive years with black, it's strange, but I really like it. It's simple. Simple, really simple. I expect Juventus to find a way to change things here, with a small twist, to give that special twist that people are saying, why? That's what I am expecting anyway. But the shirts are great. The shirts are great. The first one, you remember, we saw it. I already showed you the first shirt that is normal. I have to say, solid stripes here. Andrew, ciao a tutti, Macchimo Flies. The new shirts are amazing. Looks like for Gazzo, gray, black charcoal. Yes, any black shirt, I like them. Épuré et fort, clean and strong and solid. Ciao Beppe, according to La Stampa, in December there will be 2 friendlies. Indeed, they will be the friendly. It's not confirmed by Juve side yet, but we are waiting for the confirmation. But on the 17th, we should play versus Arsenal in their stadium in London. And on the 22nd, we play in our stadium versus Barcelona. Of course, if we are looking at the calendar of the World Cup, what can we say? That the group stages are finishing on the 2nd of December. So if we are playing, for example, on the 17th, what does that mean? That first of all, it will be the day before the final. So the people that will be eliminated in group stages, they will probably already have 1 week on post-World Cup holiday. So maybe we can already play with some players that are traveling to the World Cup. I told you 11 players. Who can that be potentially? Weston McKennie can be back. Who else can be back for the players? Hopefully not, but maybe Poland. Who knows? Maybe the players from Brazil, Argentina, France with the curse of the winner of the World Cup that is eliminated really fast. But yes, both Juve and Merda will play against each other in my country. I didn't had the information about Inter in Malta. I didn't hear it. What I heard, but I don't know if it's confirmed or not, is that Inter will train in Malta. So maybe that Juve will visit them and play versus Inter. That information I don't know, Ryan. I have no idea. I can't guarantee you about that. The other one, yes, I can. Mar is saying that he loves the new collection. There are news about Ealing Junior's contract. No, not yet. It's a priority for Juve. It should not be a big deal. Of course, it's a bit annoying because I calculated all the players and their minutes. I know that we are big fans of Ealing Juniors, of course, because he did really well objectively when he entered. But can someone guess how many minutes did he play? Our friend Ealing Junior in 3 apps. Who can tell me how many minutes he played with the first team this season? Let's see if you are good or not in guessing the minutes that he played, our friend Ealing Junior. Actually, it's a good thing. 7 minutes. No, a bit more. He played 45. Radovan. He played 43. 43 minutes in total for 3 appearances. So actually, he didn't play a lot. Of course, already 2 assists in these 43 minutes. He entered in moments of the game where he was really making the difference there, and he did quite well. Is it enough to deserve immediately a top player's contract? Not yet. But Juventus know him really well because they know that he's there since already 2 years. He's training with our team. From next gen with the under 19 before. So our friend Ealing Jr., I don't believe it will be a big problem. Of course, the agent with these 43 minutes played really well. He wants also to be reassured about having a bit of chances in first team. I don't know. That could be potentially a problem because Ealing Jr., unfortunately, on the moment where he would have had a bit of opportunities to play with the first team, he got that injury because of Di Francesco and we couldn't test him out. I would have loved to see an Ealing Jr. from the first minute because it's one thing to play and enter in a game, another is to start. So at the moment, let's see. Who can tell me who played the most minutes with Juventus? Who is the player that played most minutes? I'm not speaking about apps, but minutes. Who is the player? Let's see if people, they know or not who is the player. Yes, you guessed it totally right. Ciao, Spider Luca Gaming. Who is, in your opinion, the best in Juve this year? Well, that's why we will do the tier list. Danilo first, yes, with 1,700 minutes. For Danilo, 1,700 minutes. Perfect, Danilo. And second one is Kostić with 1,501. But Kostić is the one that actually played the most games. He played 21 games. 20 for Danilo, but Danilo in total played more minutes. He played 200 minutes more than Kostić, Filippo. So let's go. We try and we start with the tier list. What do you think, guys? Are we ready to start with a tier list? We take away the chat box here. I think we are. So now we can start with the tier list. For the people that never experience a tier list, it's quite easy. It's actually taking the players and putting them in the ranking. I didn't want to go with notes and ratings because it's vague. And what does that mean, a rating in one country? What does it mean in another country? But here we will go really easy with top players of this season so far. Good players, that means they did good. Good is not fantastic. It's not disgusting. It's just good. Average, good. Average plus. And then you have not enough. We saw some things, but absolutely not great at all. And on flop. And then you have the non-applicable here, right? Be up, but you don't see the word. But anyway, red, you know that it's not applicable because we couldn't judge. We absolutely couldn't judge. So we start with the first players, guys. What do you think? The first player, I have Rugani. Guys, Rugani, and I also, just not by feeling, but I also worked a bit on it. Rugani is a player that played 3 times this season. 3 times, 3 games for him. In total, 259 minutes. Rugani, I don't want to spend too much time for him, but for me, he was a flop. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but for me, Rugani, a total flop. And I will explain also. I want to take a few seconds to explain why a flop, why a Rugani a flop. Well, I tell you, three games, 279, and I have to admit that he didn't play bad in these games. Because of course the name Rugani, we could say, but it's a flop, he's really bad, it's Rugani. No, why did I put him there? Because in the 3 games that he played, he did the job. But guys, we played 21 games. He was never injured. I checked the stats before. He was never injured. At a certain moment, if you are never injured, if we know that Bonucci was injured, Bremer was injured, and you are never receiving your chance, you don't play, Hey guys, this is a big problem. Because especially if we are going towards the 3-man defense, what we are doing, that means that you have actually a lot of chances to play. Because with a 2-man defense, hey, if we have 4 defenders, if we have 4 center backs, Rugani, Gatti, Bonucci, and Bremer, 2 are playing and you are 3rd or 4th. Okay, if you are playing with 3 center backs, you should have more possibilities. So I would put him in flop, not because when he played he was a flop. It's not true. I have to admit, it's not true. But we have a player that is not playing. He's never playing. And when we have the possibility to play him because of injuries, well, the coach is not choosing him. That means that he's not showing a lot of efforts. He doesn't want to play. He's okay. He's fine to take money and to stay on the bench. I don't see any grinta. While last year I said that I was satisfied with Rugani on the bench, because when he entered with the league last season, he played well. In this beginning of the season, clearly it's a player that nobody is counting on, and I want to put him on flop. Well, then we go with the next player. The next player is Filip Kostić. I'm just going by the order of here by the order of what tier list is giving me. Kostić, I want to put him, and we can debate a bit later. Kostić, I want to put him in good. But probably the best one of the goods. I wanted to put top because it's a player that I really particularly like. I see already a lot of top, and I understand perfectly. Yeah, maybe I can change him later, but for me, he played the most games from all of them, 21 games. Nobody played as much as him. We have 3 players that played 20 or more games. 3 players, Cuadrado, Kostić, and Danilo. 1 goal, 6 assists, never injured. I wanted to put him top. At the moment, I want to put him good. Well, what is the season of Kostić? It's a season of a guy that arrived from Eintracht Frankfurt. He arrived. He really wanted to come to Juve. He had a bit of difficulties to understand Italian football in the beginning, but then he grew. He grew a lot, and he had a moment of peak. And that moment of peak, I really want to put him on top, especially towards the second half. He's consistent, but he needs that thing a bit more to arrive in top. Because a lot of time I saw some games where Filip Kostić, he tried a lot of crosses that were a bit lost. It's just like cross and we will see what happens. While there were some games where he was super accurate with his crosses. It's a player that loves to dribble from the exterior of the field instead of interior. We never see him doing that. So, ciao Ronaldo. He's trying. I would put him between top and good. For me, it's a good plus. So good for me. I'm super happy with Kostić. By the way, I'm super happy. I believe that he's the second best new players that we signed this season. It's true, Sylvain, that he adapted really fast. In a few games only, he deserved it. He will still get better. Wait and see. No. I'm a big fan of Filip Kostić. I'm really fan. But I want to put him good because I want to see a bit more. It's also true that there were some games, and also that's the praise that I want to give him, where he was doing, especially in that 3-5-2, the double phase, offensive and defensive, where you saw that he was running a lot, defensively and offensively, and playing all the games without having any change, except of Ealing Jr., but we already told Ealing Jr. he subbed him for 43 minutes. He did quite well. I'm happy with him. Then we have Fagioli, guys. And you will probably criticize me on the position I have put Fagioli. Fagioli, I've put him in good. I have put him in good. Fagioli, no, not here, here. I have put him in good, Fagioli, and I will explain why. Fagioli played with Juventus this season. Fagioli played, let me check. He played 9 games. 9 games, but in these 9 games, he played 434 minutes. 434. If you are dividing him, he didn't play the 9 games full. He played the last games full. 2 goals for him, 0 assists. It's a player that was injured for 2 games in the beginning of the season. I've put him good. It would be too easy for me to say top player. Too easy because, yeah, of course, we saw from the moment that he entered versus Lecce, he changed the game and he scored an amazing goal versus Lecce and he gave us the 3 points. Versus Inter, he did a fantastic game. Not only the goal, but the game was fantastic and also played well. Versus Paris Saint-Germain, he played really well, and also versus Lazio, it was for me not his best game because he had other tasks from Massimiliano Allegri, but he did quite well. But I want to say that he changed our midfield, and that's why I wanted to put him on top. If we are analyzing the 4 last games, he deserves a top without any contest. But we play 21 games, and if I judge Rugani as a flop, and I'm harsh on Rugani because he didn't play, he didn't vote for it, I'm asking myself also, how come Fagioli, that showed some signs in the summer, disappeared for the beginning of the season? Yes, he was not in optimal condition in the beginning. I told you, injured for 2 games, he missed 2 games. But I'm asking myself why he was not available and ready. Also, when I watched the press conference of the presentation of the Next Gen project with Soulé, Miretti, and Fagioli, I saw Miretti and Soulé with light and sparkles in the eye, while Fagioli, he was a bit behind. He was a bit in the shadow. I was expecting a bit more of him in terms of presence in the beginning, maybe the will to convince, and maybe not just waiting for his chance. Something that now, since he received the chance in entering versus Lecce, he embraced. And that's why I really want from Fagioli to continue on what he's showing now. Unfortunately for him, the season stopped now and he will have to wait. He played today, congratulations to him, with Mancini a few minutes, I believe 10 minutes. Congratulations, I'm really happy for Fagioli because it's totally deserved. But also him, a good season, a top when he played, but missed too many games. For me, guys. Then if we are speaking about technical skills of Fagioli, guys, he has the vision, he has the goals in his legs, and he already showed it. He can play with his left. We saw it versus Lazio. He tried an attempt with his left foot, left, right, vision. For me, it's a player that can play a bit better defensively than offensively, but he's there. And don't forget, he's 21. At 21, I was expecting him a bit more, with a bit more presences. Let me read a bit of your comments. What is Kostić saying? Kostić is speaking about McKennie. He's saying Allegri played McKennie. That's why. Yes and no. Yes and no. It's too easy. It's too easy to say that. I believe there are 2 reasons. You know it. Miretti was playing. Miretti was playing in the beginning and not Fagioli. So, you see, Miretti started the season. He played a lot of games because Miretti was in big form in the beginning. Now people, of course, they will judge Miretti towards the end. But Miretti was starting and not Fagioli. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. And even when Miretti was not starting, the first sub was Miretti and not Fagioli. So we can blame McKennie how much we want, and we will see where I rate him. We can blame him how much we want, McKennie and Allegri. But I believe it's also Also him, he was not ready. He was not ready. So no, Miretti played with McKennie, without McKennie, because I checked also Weston McKennie's stats. He played a lot of games. By the way, you will be happy when I will judge Weston McKennie, that played for us 16 games, injured 4 times, but he plays 16 games with us. Anyway, we are not at McKennie now. We are at Fagioli. Fagioli, good plus also for him. If we go towards the other players, who do we have next? We have, let me check, we have Milik. Milik. Where do I put Milik, guys? Milik, I've put him in good as well. Good as well. Milik with 17 games for Juve, 6 goals already, and never injured. Yeah, he was kind of injured, so we didn't play him out of precaution. Could have been injured, but we managed him quite well. 0 assists, 6 goals for Kostić. That for me, it's good plus as well. The 3 here are good plus, not top, but good plus. 6 goals, important goals. Could have had 7 goals if the one of Salernitana was not cancelled. He had a moment of difficulty as well, but I believe it was more because of the style we were playing. Remember when we were playing that 3-5-1-1 without second striker? But if he was probably a bench player, I would have told you that Milik was a top, because he did more than we expected. If he's judged with 17 games, guys, 17 is a lot, huh? Is a lot. He did good things. He fought a lot. I believe it's good, probably our best striker, our best offensive player if we are looking at the one in the center. Then I can maybe change opinion a bit later when we have the total picture. Ron Rositano is saying good. Alexis is saying should be 7 goals. Yes, actually yes. Mikey 7. I like Milik for Aldo. Amat good. Milik good. For Radovan, Helicopter good. Styler Z good. So you all agree with me. We can continue. Softic as well. If Softic is happy, we are all happy. He was isolated a lot of games. Yes. Don't just Milik on goals. He does more than that. No, of course. I praised him a lot this season. But it was difficult for me. Maybe I should explain also. That's an important thing. Maybe I forgot to explain. Guys, we are third in Serie A, but we were really far. We were 8th in Serie A after the Milan game. We are 10 points under Napoli. We are already eliminated in Champions League, and I took that also into consideration when analyzing the players. So I can't put everyone on top, because then we are judging Juve and not probably what we did. So keep it in mind when I'm judging the players that we are third in Serie A, 10 points away from Napoli, with a beautiful end of 6 wins in a row with 0 goals conceded. But do you remember a lot of games in the beginning of the season, Vlahović or Milik or whatever, or both of them together, even Moiskin, we were not scoring. We were not going on target. We were not able to score, to shot on target, to have some magic up front, missing Di Maria, missing a lot of players. So that's why I want to be honest and judging also regarding the position that we have. Otherwise, if we put everyone on top, guys, we should still be on Champions League, and we are not. Paul Pogba, Paul Pogba. I know that a lot of people, they want me to put Paul Pogba in flop, but I can't put the guy in flop if he played 0 minutes, so he will be there. Paul Labil Pogba. I know, I see already Radovan. It makes totally no sense, guys. We have to be honest. Why is it small here? What happened? What happened? What is happening here? Here. No, guys, we can't put a player just because you're angry. You can't put a player in flop, but not applicable. It makes totally sense. Not applicable. What is the button? Where Hazard not? It's not applicable. You can see it here. Not applicable because we can't judge. But guys, don't spend too much words on that one. It's clear. It's clear. Not applicable. Can you move your screen? No, I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, you will have to get used to it. Not applicable, Pogba. That's it. Danilo, guys. Danilo, top. guys. Danilo, top. Danilo played the most, 1,700 minutes, 20 appearances with Juventus, 2 assists, 0 goals, 0 injuries, points per game, 1.7. So when he's playing 1.7, I would say from the Juve players, I have 4. I have 4 players in top. 4. I want to put Danilo top. And it's quite easy one. Why? Because, first of all, we are the best defense of Serie A. Let's not forget that. So the defenders, except 1 or 2, they will be judged quite highly. Not saying all top, but quite highly. Because we are the best defense of Serie A. 7 goals conceded in 15 games. It's not even 1 every 2 games. So that's beautiful. But Danilo is a player that, according to me, he played in a 4-man defense quite well on the right back, quite well as a left back. In a 4-man defense, he played as a center back. He played in a 3-man defense on the right, 3-man defense on the left. This season, he didn't play in the midfield, so we can't judge him there. But versatility of the player, that's one, left, right, whatever. If you are looking at the captaincy, he received the armband, but not because everyone was injured, but because he deserved it and the people gave him, Allegri and the team, because they recognized him as the real leader of Juventus. When they are doing that circle, he's the first one to speak. Now, in the national team of Brazil, he went on press conference, he speak really highly about Juve, has a really great contact with his coach. Also they spoke together, he made a visit. He's a real Juventino, but not only that, because I'm also a real Juventino, but I'm not in the tier list. Of course I'm not, and probably if I would be there, I would be a flop. But he played good games. He played really solid games. A leader on the field, off the field. Versatility, I believe a top. A really top. Really, really, really top. We continue with Kean, guys. Guys, I'm reading your comments. For me, top, only 3. Danilo, Rabiot, and Bremer. I have 4. Jim, you will see. You will tell me later. What if? No, Danilo top. Disagree. Good at best. Michael, I don't agree, guys. I don't agree with Michael. I put it on top. Beppe, what position are you? Hey, when I was playing or in a 4-3-3 left back or offensive on the left. Because I had speed. When I was young, I had speed. So I could play both positions, left back or... no, actually, when we were playing a 3-5-2, I was on the left wing. I was a bit a la Kostić without the crosses because I love to go in. So I took the ball defensively and then I was running. I never passed. I was like, I was selfish. I tell you the truth. I was working a lot. I was a workhorse, but I was a bit selfish. I didn't give the ball. I didn't care about giving the ball. Hazard, Kean is not there, but you don't even know my score. So Kean, I've put him in. Here. Wait, I show you the picture of Kean. I've put him in. Not enough, guys. Not enough. I know that the last games we are all really happy. FIFA, they gave him a card with a +8 from 78. He went at 86, and I'm super happy. But I don't like to judge just the moment. I don't like it. I prefer to judge, instead of moments, I prefer to judge the 21 games. First of all, he arrived late at the Atletico Madrid game that we lose 4-0. And for me, this is absolutely not acceptable for a player, especially because we were praising him for the great preseason he was having. So for me, Kean, behavior-wise, he needed to grow. He grew during the season. For him, 18 games, but only 594 minutes, not even 600 minutes. That's really not a lot. 5 goals. And he's finishing as our 3rd best striker behind Vlahović and Milik. But we had to wait, like Fagioli, we had to wait in the last minute. So if Fagioli I put in good plus, Kean I can't. Because Fagioli, as Softic was saying earlier, also him, we don't know. Maybe he was not ready. Maybe he didn't receive the chance, so it's a big doubt. But for Kean, we know he received the chances. 18 times he played, and he was totally out of the games until and it's really paradox until the Milan game where we lost 2-0, where everyone was really ashamed, except of him. He entered and he showed something at least in Milan. Then the game after, he did a big miss. Luckily, we win. It was the first game that we made versus Torino. Big flop, big miss. But the game was good, the performance. And then he started to score. And also be decisive versus Verona, versus Lazio. So a beautiful crescendo. I hope that with that form, it can go to good, because that's the level I am expecting Moise Kean. But for me, it's absolutely not enough. If you are waiting the last 5 games of the season to play well on 21, probably that Kean we would have needed a bit earlier. Alexis Kean really impressed me recently. He improved a lot in recent times. Kostić is so mad at him versus Torino. But it's the Torino game that I was saying. Alexis, the ball doesn't bounce off him anymore. Yeah, the control versus Verona was perfect. So for me, that's the score of Moise Kean. What about Miretti? Miretti, guys, injured next to Pogba, not applicable. What about McKennie, Weston McKennie? Well, Weston McKennie, guys, I will be really fast in that. Weston McKennie, I put him on flop. Guys, Weston McKennie, flop. There will be a few players in flop. Weston McKennie is on flop. 16 games with Juventus, 1,078 minutes, 3 goals. Congratulations. The one versus Paris Saint-Germain. And then 2 other ones. I don't even remember when he scored. 1 assist, 4 games where he was injured. Points per game, 138. You see the difference? You see a big difference. 138. One of the lowest points per game. McKennie, Ron is saying it's a huge disappointment this year. Not enough McKennie for Alessandro. I will put him in flop. Like Radovan, like Sylvain, like Rodrigo Salas. High flop for Burek. Flop. Why? Because it's also true that a lot of games he had to sacrifice himself in playing in some position that Allegri was asking him to do. But guys, except of that second half versus Paris Saint-Germain where he was exceptional, except of 1 or 2 games where he did okay, guys, pass accuracy was a disaster for McKennie. Pass accuracy, positioning, sometimes absolutely not involved in the game. He was totally somewhere else. And I believe that this season, I'm speaking about this season, Weston McKennie, or he concentrates on the tactics and he tries to position him well, but then it's totally out of the game. Nobody's looking for him. Or he's trying to focus on I don't know what, guys. But a big problem. His skill, and that's an amazing one. He knows how to enter the box and to score. And when he has opportunity, well, he does. I believe he scored versus Salernitana also a goal. I'm not sure. I don't remember. No, big disappointment this year, and it's a pity. Also, physically he has to behave a bit better. Look at what Moise Kean did. He said, I lost 6 kilos. I was eating really strange things, not living the athlete life. Since I had that click and I unlocked that one, I also show on the field what I can do. And I believe that McKennie, it's already his 3rd season at Juve. Pirlo won, Allegri won, and Allegri 2 now. So I was expecting more from me. A big flop for Weston McKennie. Unfortunately, he has capacity. He has capabilities. He has capacities, but no. It's a pity. Juan Cuadrado, guys. Juanito Cuadrado. I've put him in flop. And I'm sad. I tell you the truth, I'm really sad for Cuadrado. I've put him in flop. I will explain why I am sad for Cuadrado. Not because of what he did in the past. What he did in the past, we already judged. We already made a video about it. But a flop because... I will explain. Flop because, guys, let's be honest. If you are looking at the performance of Cuadrado, they were bad. They were really bad. and defensively and offensively. He scored 0 goals. It's true that he already did 4 assists. It's true. But why am I sad? Because the guy, he played 20 games. So 1 game less than Kostić. 20 games, but he played 1,463 minutes. So it's the player that played, it's the third player that played the most at Juve in terms of minutes. And I'm sad because it's a player that probably we tried to sell in the summer. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to renew for being a bench player with less money. He's still having 5 or 5.5 million for that season. He is a player that should have been a bench player. A bench player giving us his energy in a few moments of the game or in some games from the start. But it couldn't be the starter of Juventus. Unfortunately, not because of him. And this is why I am sad to put him here. So anyway, I will already start changing. I will put him here. Because for me, it's one of the less flop. Okay? Less flop. Hey, guys. For me, Cuadrado, I want to put him in not enough because he did his best and probably too much. Sacrificing himself for the team, but if we are looking objectively, guys, objectively, he was not good. He was not good, and it pained myself. He should be on the bench, but he has to play because but that's the thing. But anyway, then if you're looking, it's a pity, Radovan, game stopper, brain killer. But that's one of the big problem. The first thing that you are saying, game stopper. A lot of time this season we saw that the ball was going to him and he slowed out the game a lot of times. So he lost a bit of brilliance, of pace. This season he missed every single dribble he tried, every single one. So big problem for me. It's a pity. It's a pity. We continue with the Sciglio. De Sciglio, guys, where do we put De Sciglio? De Sciglio, I've put him here. Another flop here. Another flop, De Sciglio. It's another flop. Guys, I tell you easily. De Sciglio, why another flop? 11 games, 551 minutes. 551 minutes. 10 injuries. He's the player that, except of Pogba and Di Maria, is the one that missed the most games. Flop. I put him on flop. You know why? Quite easy. Because it's a player that we were not counting on as a starter. But in the moment where we had problems, you should turn yourself and watch on the bench. And he should be there ready to play on the left and on the right. But if you turn yourself and he's not there, he already missed the tournée in USA this summer because he was injured. He was the first injury of the season. People don't remember because he didn't miss any official game. He was back on time to play versus Atletico Madrid, I believe. But no. For me, De Sciglio, guys, if you turn yourself and he's not there, he's not there. I think he played one good game this season. One good game. That's it. Paredes, guys. Where do we put Paredes? Well, Paredes, another one flop. Another one flop. Another one flop. Another one flop. Another one flop, guys. I'm disappointed in him. I tell you the truth. Paredes is a player I never wanted at Juve. And people that follow the channel, they know that I always said I don't want Paredes. Of course, from the moment that Mr. Allegri, he believes that he needs a regista, because Locatelli, how he started the season, you know that I always said that I wanted Locatelli to play as a regista. But the beginning of the season of Locatelli was a total disaster. And you know that Allegri wants Paredes. What do? I go to the videos of Colo99, my friend. Hey, the videos are looking good. The videos are looking good. I go to another channel. I see Paredes highlight and skills. They are really good. Then he comes to Juve. He has that blonde hair. I meet his wife. I spoke with his wife. I see him 1 meter of me, presented to the stadium. Then we go outside of the stadium. We do shake fist on fist. And that was the highlight of Paredes. The game I was in Torino versus Spezia that he didn't play was the highlight of Paredes, guys. He's beautiful man. Eh? Today he pissed me off even more because he plays 89 minutes with Argentina. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, but today I don't see a player that he showed. And he was walking. The last game when he entered, not versus Lazio, the game before versus Verona, which was a game at risk because we were winning only 1-0. Yeah, he's walking. He didn't enter. And this makes me totally pissed off. I don't know you guys, but at least that's how I feel it. Paredes, this sparks the team when he's in. Alexis, for me the biggest flop is Paredes. I was expecting some maestro to come. But that's why the highlight and skills they are influencing and brainwashing the people. Rovella is bigger than Paredes. Message of Amat. I was speaking with it in the car with my son. I said at this point you keep Rovella. You play as Locatelli as the main regista, Rovella as a bench warmer, and you change. And the one that is most informed is playing. It's a pity for Paredes. I was expecting better, but my first thoughts about Paredes for 2 years were not then. Guys, I repeat for the people that do not know me, what I'm saying today, what I'm doing today, I hope that Cuadrado, Rugani, De Sciglio, McKennie, Paredes, and all the people that will join, because I believe we have a bit more, I hope that they will all be top. I hope that's my biggest wish. I hope they will all be top. That's my biggest wish. I don't agree with Steve. We already talked about Milik, Steve, and why we have put him in good. But that's my biggest wish. I hope they can be the best one. At 80 minutes, 80, 89, anyway, it's the same. Since he came to Juve, always had in the back of mind that he chose us to reunite with Di Maria. Yeah, but Di Maria was on the bench and he went on the bench. No, guys, no. I was not happy with Paredes. Then we have Leonardo Bonucci, guys. Where did I put Leonardo Bonucci? Let me check because I prepared it. And where do you think I have put Bonucci? Not what you want, what I have put him in. Let's see if you know me or not. Zviad said top. Sasha said flop or not enough. Flop, not enough, not enough. Flop, not enough. Flop. Bonucci flop, 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 not enough. I actually put him in flop. I have actually put Leonardo in flop. That shows also, even if I like players or not, that I like Cuadrado. I like Bonucci, why not? I defend Bonucci a lot of time as well, but this season, I speak about this season. Guys, this season he played, I will show you, Bonucci played 15 games, okay? 1,037. This is 700 minutes less than Danilo. 700 minutes is nearly 8 games, It's 8 games. It's a lot, because some games he entered, so he didn't play all of them since the start. 2 goals for Bonucci, and that's good. Why not? But guys, Bonucci, the problem is that with 4-man defense, we all knew that he had some problems. He played really well when he was playing with Chiellini, when Chiellini was taking the leadership, and he was playing really good. He was playing well when he was with Chiellini in that 4-man defense. But Bonucci is a 3-man defense player, like he played today. Today he saved the ball on the line, for example, versus Albania. The problem is that we tested him in a 3-man defense this season, and even there he had a lot of difficulties. Even with his best preferred position, he didn't convince me athletically. He looks like tired. He looks like absolutely not able to. Speed and pace has never been his best skills, but now you really see that he's 35. And in terms of captaincy, guys, leaderships, I feel that he's not captain. He's not captain. The captain is Danilo. So this is why I've put him there. Locatelli, where did I put Locatelli, guys? Locatelli, I've put him in not enough. And you know that I said that this season would be the season of Locatelli. Except of the Pogba, the Di Maria, the big stars and names. I said it would be the season of Locatelli. For me, not enough. It's a pity because we saw versus Verona. No, not Verona. Versus Inter. And we saw versus Inter and versus Lazio. What a fantastic player he is. He's really a fantastic player. I really believe, and I still believe, in the capabilities, the skills of Locatelli. For me, a fantastic, intelligent player, a real Juventino that helps as well. But guys, the season of Locatelli was really hard. Was really, really, really difficult. Then, of course, he had that problem that officially has not been said, so we don't know, but a private problem, quite harsh problem for him. No, he needed to do better. He needed to do better. A lot of time we were asking ourselves, where is Locatelli? Why is he not present? And also the moment of difficulty of Juve were also the moments where Locatelli was absolutely a ghost. Locatelli, at the end, quite good in terms of average points, 176. Well, good. For the season we have, it's one of the best ones. But yeah, 0 goals, even if they cancelled his amazing goal versus Roma. 0 assist. No. And especially he's not compatible with Bonucci. When Bonucci and Locatelli are playing both, like versus Verona, both of them are a disaster. So, no, Locatelli, not enough. I'm expecting much better. If it's the Locatelli that I saw versus Lazio, that I saw versus Inter, I put Locatelli as a top. But on 21 games, 3-4 games are absolutely not enough. Yeah, I agree with Aldo. The last few games has been top, but I love to analyze the 21 games. So not enough. Flop, I think it's a bit exaggerated. Flop. But Bremer, guys, I put him in top. Guys, a fantastic player. A bit of difficulty the second game versus Sampdoria when we were playing 4-man, when we were playing on the left. Allegri, and I want to give credits on Allegri here because it takes also balls to put Bonucci on the bench to play with Bremer center in that 3-man defense in the big games. Torino, and then he got injured, unfortunately. When he came back for Inter, and then also Lazio, he played on that center defense. So kudos to Allegri, but especially to that fantastic player that knows how to defend, to take space in that defensive phase. He's really aggressive. For me, top. One of our best, if not the best signing so far from Juve. He won is, and I think it's totally correct, the fact that he has been called up for the national team of Brazil. Not easy to forget De Ligt, but he did it. So while Kostić, there was nobody that he had to make forget. Here we have a player that we were comparing and expecting a lot, especially to do better as De Ligt, and Bremer did fantastically well. Fantastic player. Good one. Steve Stig is saying Bremer is the best defender. That's easy. Radovan, wherever you put Bremer, you can sleep well. Well, it's not entirely true. In that 4-man defense of the left, he had a lot of difficulties. Mamma mia. That's probably his worst game versus Sampdoria. He touched over 100 balls and he missed a lot of them. But anyway. Thomas, buongiorno Thomas. Bremer top and might have own category by end of the season. Could be. I was not impressed because we already saw him at Torino, but doing it at Juve is another story. So fantastic. Di Maria, my friends. And now we go to the Argentinian player. Where did I put Di Maria? Di Maria. Guys, I've put Di Maria in not enough. Ciao Ninib. Grandissimo Ninib. I don't believe he will start with Brazil, Sisman. No. Di Maria, no, I didn't put flop. I tell you why. I put not enough, but one of the last ones in not enough. So it's not enough that could turn in a flop. Guys, Di Maria changed the first game versus Sassuolo. Alone he changed the game there. That Maccabi Haifa game of him with the 3 assists. That combination in the last 2 games with Chiesa. Well, how much did he play? Di Maria? Di Maria played 10 times, 391 minutes in total. So you can do an average of 39 per game. It's really not a lot. 1 goal, 4 assists. 1 goal, 4 assists. Has been the player, except of Pogba, that has been injured the most. It's a pity. Today I was pissed off. I tell you the truth. I was pissed off to see him playing 45 minutes with Argentina, but at least he played 45 and not 80 minutes like Paredes. Not enough, but really at the margin to go to flop. But when he's playing, guys, he's showing. That red card versus Monza was a disaster. But when he's playing, guys, he has another thing. He has that magic. He can change the game at any time, and he did. He did really well. So not enough minus. Caio Jorge, we go fast on Caio Jorge. Unfortunately, not applicable. Pinsoglio, not applicable. And then we have Alexandro. A player that is disliked by the most. I want to put Alexandro here in good. Good Alexandro. Yeah, Caio Jorge and Pinsoglio, guys, they played 0 minutes. Good Alexandro, not top. I remember in the beginning of the season with 4-man defense, he played like 1 game good, 1 play bad. I remember versus Sassuolo, a lot of people said, if only we have that Alexandro. So he started well, then he disappeared, then he came back, and then in that 3-man defense he's playing quite well. Of course, in Champions League, that's one of the problems where Alexandro, I didn't put him in top, because in Champions League it was really a disaster. Alexandro in Champions League was a disaster. On the other hand, I was absolutely not expecting Alexandro at that level. For me, it was a player that was totally finished. And in his last year of contract with Juve, I was thinking that on top of being finished, it would be double finished, triple finished, and over, goodbye. And I don't know what happened. 3-man defense, or the fact that there are a bit more Brazilian ones with Bremer. I don't know. But he deserves a good for me. Vlahović, player that I really like. I have put Vlahović on not enough. Category not enough for Vlahović. 15 games for Vlahović, 1,267 minutes, 7 goals, our best goal scorers, 2 assists. He had that growing pain that is annoying for him, for us. A lot of time we criticize him for his controls, difficulties with controls in the beginning. Then he started to become better on controlling the ball, protecting the ball. Also frustrating. He is frustrated himself when he's not doing a good game, or at least when he's not scoring, and you feel it. But I didn't want to put a flop. Absolutely not. In the beginning of the season, he started scoring these free kicks that were amazing, that were fantastic. I watched one live when I was there versus Spezia, after the one versus Roma. No. Not enough, even if he's our best striker with 7 goals. He has these moments where you say, Mamma mia, what a player. And then these moments where you see he's 22 and he needs to make that definitive step that I am at Juventus. Guys, this is what I believe from Vlahović. I believe that he still needs to understand that he is at Juventus. Ciao Anthony Trimboli. He needs to show, better than Kean. Yeah, of course. Kean was the last here. If we are doing probably like this, but I didn't define yet the order. But no, good in some moments where you say, "Mamma mia, what a player," and then in some moments, no. But he also needs better service. I agree, Ahmad. I agree. It could do better. And especially also, yeah, it's true, Steve, according to the money, it's true what we spent. I tried not to check the money, but just what they performed as equal players without being influenced by their money. Otherwise, you come with a total different ranking probably about what they earn and what they because then Fagioli stop. Even if he play one single minute, he stopped because it's really cheap and it's his first year at Juve officially and so on. But Vlahović can do better, especially mentally. He needs to count tranquillo. You're at Juve, you deserve it. You have nothing to prove in terms of do I deserve you, because you deserve it, but you have to prove it every game that you are playing on top. Then we have Perin, sorry. Perin. Well, Perin, I've put him in top. My friends, I have put him in top. Perin. I told you 4 players in top. Perin is there as well. Why Perin top? Because he renewed, accepting that he was second goalkeeper, which he had a bit of difficulties. And suddenly he's the player that is starting the season. And mamma mia, he saved us a lot this season, but really a lot. He did fantastic saves. He kept us alive, even more, especially in a moment of difficulties, because playing in the Juve of today that is organized and structured defensively, that is conceding less shots on target, it's one thing, the one of the beginning of the season, guys. Perin, I would put top for the game as a second goalkeeper, and that's how I judge Perin as well. He's our second goalkeeper. He entered and he did a lot of good things. We could have conceded a lot more with Perin, so there. Then, wait, because I see a message of Alexis that is saying, Beppe, I don't agree. He's probably good for his role. It is because when Perin plays, he slows down the play too much. Him and Bonucci, our distribution are a disaster. But that's what I was or I just said it, or I didn't, and I was about to saying. The big problem of Perin is that playing with his feet, it's a problem. But I believe for a second goalkeeper, saving us a lot of time, he deserves also, look, Sisman, Perin goal, October MVP, and I believe totally deserve it well. If you have an MVP as a goalkeeper, imagine how bad we were at that moment. And no. So for me, Perin, top, but that doesn't mean that I want Perin as the starter. I never believed that Perin starter officially of Juventus. As a second goalkeeper, yes, especially if he's doing what he did. Then we go to Gatti. Where did I put Gatti? I don't remember. Gatti, I've put here, guys. Not enough as well. Not enough. He played how much? 5 games? Wait, let me check. Gatti played 6 games already. 6 games, 540 minutes. When he starts, he plays entirely the game. I've put him in not enough. Why not enough? Probably better than Kean. Why not enough? Because Spezia is doing well. Monza, total disaster. Then he's playing a game in Champions League, total disaster. And then he's playing well. So it's out of 6 games, 2 really difficult ones, 1 anonymous and 3 good. He didn't convince yet that he was ready for the first team. And also Aldo is saying we didn't see enough of him. I want to see him a bit more. I was really surprised to see him versus Lazio. where he did well, where he did really well. But remember that yellow card out of lacking experience. Doing a bad control because he wants, to prove himself. He's doing a bad control. That ball goes long. He's going with his 2 feet. Could have been an orange card, nearly a red. So you see, of course I will. Of course he's not in the pictures, but I will rate Allegri. Don't worry. He will be the last one. Allegri, of course. So, yeah. But better than Bonucci. Yeah, but Bonucci, I've put him in flop. So, yeah, better than Bonucci. Yeah. Steve, Gatti has been good for what he is. He's a Serie B defender playing in his first year. Yeah, but not enough. Not enough. Good, not enough. He needs to be better. Then we go to Adrien Rabiot, guys. Adrien Rabiot, I've put him here. Wait, let me check what I've put on paper. Yeah. I've put him as the best player at the moment. 16 games. The first one, he was suspended versus Sassuolo because of a red card of the year before, or a yellow card or whatever. I don't remember. Anyway, he couldn't play versus Sassuolo, and he had 4 games where he was not available because of injuries. In these 4 games, you have that big collapse of Salernitana, Monza, Benfica in Champions League. 181 points per game. He was not there, and we did a disaster with our team as Juventus. Team as Juventus did a disaster. He was missed. It's strange to say, but assist in the last game. He comes with 2 assists at the moment, 5 goals. He's at the same level of goals as Kean, right behind Milik and Vlahović. Not only goals, because I told you Rabiot is not the one that actually, from the moment that we said don't judge him offensively because he's not an offensive player, this time he decided to also show what he was. But the importance defensively, structure, playing on the left, on the right, what can we say about Rabiot this season? I am pissed off about Rabiot because we had to wait for 4 seasons. 4 seasons. In some games, he showed some flashes, but a player that did a big step this season. And guys, in the future, when Allegri will be sacked or when he will not be our coach anymore, and you will tell me, Beppe, give us one player that Allegri transformed for the better, and the first one I will say Rabiot. Because Rabiot this season is fantastic, guys. Really fantastic. Extending, I don't believe, if the rumors are true that he wants even to increase his salary. I don't believe, because we have put a gap. Our best paid player, or most paid player, is Pogba with an 8 plus 2. If he wants 10, guys, we can't. Because if he wants 10, tomorrow the other one wants 10 and 10. And the strategy that we have put in place makes totally no sense. Then if you are able to bring me Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, I will be a bit less sad. Now, it's true that this Rabiot leaving and doing what he did here, I would feel betrayed, like Ronaldo is betrayed of Ten Hag. I will be betrayed by him. Because I said, Mamma mia, we waited 4 years for you. We paid you too much. We overpaid you for 3 years. And the only season that you are showing that you deserve that is the last one, and then you leave for a free. I would be super sad. Yeah, he's world class. So let me go to the last ones. Miretti, I've put in. Let me check. Miretti. I've put him here. Not enough. But attenzione, it's a player that I really like, and that also in some games where he was by some people judged unfairly and too harsh, he did well according to me. Also playing that 3-5-1-1 was absolutely not a role for him, and when he understood it, he changed. Look, he's the first sub of Allegri in the first game versus Sassuolo. He doesn't start, but then he started as the first sub. He received the trust of Allegri, and he played well. Because people, they have a short memory probably, but Miretti of the beginning of the season is the player that convinced me to go and buy his shirt in the store. Because he was in an epic moment of form, continuing of last season, without preseason, don't forget. And he did really well, Miretti. People forget because they will analyze the last 5 games, the last 10 games are fresh in memory, but Miretti did really well in the beginning in a moment of difficulty of Juve. Then, unfortunately, he causes that penalty versus Benfica that we didn't lose because of Miretti. We didn't lose because of that penalty, because right before they have hit the post and we already collapsed. So it's absolutely not because of Miretti. But Miretti took it personally. He plays versus Monza. He's doing a disgusting game. Mentally collapsed. He's going to the national team. Small injury. And he never come back. He never really comes back. He could have in a few games. You remember, I believe it was Lecce, when he's doing that Marchisio move with his body about to score. And that's why also I want to say attenzione, pay attention when we are judging some players. When Allegri is saying I wait before launching some players, because mentally at Juventus, when you are causing a penalty like that, when you are 19, it remains in your mind. And you need to be really, 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 really strong to overcome that moment. So that's why, no, it's not enough, because he's first team player, so we have to judge him as a first team player. I see that people are saying Mbappe is 19. Yes, it's true, he's 19. And that's why he will have an epic career at Juve, and that I am happy with the performance of Miretti. Started well. I bought his shirt and I have absolutely zero regret of doing it, because I love the player. I'm sure that he can do even better. It's true that from that penalty that he caused, he lost himself a bit, and then he also played out of position, because I see the message of the people in the chat. Ahmad, G, Just Jackal, and you're correct with that. Then we have 3 more players. It will be quite easy. Szczesny, I've put him in good, but the lowest one of good. I have to say, guys, that I have nothing to say about Szczesny. He did well. Not as spectacular as Perin, but he did good. I have nothing to say. Amazing save versus Lazio on Felipe Anderson. Fantastic save. Some goals he could probably have positioned himself a bit better. Yes, he could. But I say good, without wow this season, and without the Udinese mistakes of last year. So good goalkeeper. Soulé, where did I put Soulé? If I remember well, yeah. Soulé, not enough. Why? Because you see that he has the skills. That he's a good player. He showed it in some games where he entered. But if you want to convince Allegri to play, you need one thing. And it's being strong. Being strong mentally. Being strong and brave. And show that you got. And also physically. It's a bit light, Soulé, yet. Unfortunately, Soulé is paying also the change of formation, because in a 4-3-3 probably we would have seen Soulé a lot more. in that 3-5-2 is too light to play there in the position of Cuadrado, and that's why he's not playing there. And we gave up on the 4-3-3 at the moment. Soulé played how much? 8 games, 161 minutes in total. So not enough for Soulé to prove. When you see the impact of Ealing Jr. on that left, it's another impact, of course. It's another level. Why? Not because Ealing is better than Soulé. Absolutely not. I believe that Soulé is stronger than Ealing Jr. But Ealing Jr., he understood perfectly that on that position, it was his position that was free, and he was doing what he needed to do. While Soulé, in changing style, he played sometimes a few minutes in the middle there as a number 10, a few minutes there on the right in a... I needed a bit more from Soulé to prove himself that he's a first-team player of Juve. So, let's see. And then Federico Chiesa, guys. Federico Chiesa, I've put him in not applicable. He played, how much he played, Chiesa? 59 minutes. So, Chiesa, and that you will love, Chiesa played more than Ealing Jr. Crazy, yeah? Crazy, yeah? Chiesa played more than Ealing Jr. Ealing Jr. played 43 minutes. Chiesa played 59. 3 appearances for Chiesa, 3 appearances for Ealing Jr. But why not applicable, guys? He just come from a lung injury. It's already a miracle that he's playing. So, not applicable. Who? Soulé, not applicable. Hazard, no. Soulé played, guys. 8 appearances, Soulé. Soulé played 8 appearances. We judge Gatti with 6 appearances. He did 8. 161 is not a lot. It's true. It's not a lot. If you are looking at the minutes played, let me check. From the largest to the smallest one. Well, 43 minutes for Ealing. No. 0 for Pogba. 43 for Ealing. 59 for Chiesa. 161. But he has never been injured. And you know it's one of my favorite players, huh? But correctly, if I'm really honest, he should have shown a bit more. Anyway, now we come to the big name, Allegri. It's or here, guys. Or here. It's a difficult one, huh? It's a difficult one. You know why? I will put him here. But really the last of not enough. Really the last. You know, hanging towards the flop. Why? Allegri here? Well, because Allegri, he starts as a flop. As a total disaster. Let's be honest, huh? I'm pissed off with Allegri for one big thing. He knew that the season would start earlier, and we already had the experience of starting with a big flop last year. Because last year we start with a flop, and this is causing us, the flop of last year, is causing us an horrible season. Because if we start in a better way last year, probably we would have had not winning the Scudetto, but have fought. We have the experience and we don't learn. We do exactly the same mistake. Seems a different Allegri, nervous, not believing in the team, strange articles that I didn't appreciate from Allegri. But why am I putting him in so far at the end? Because if we are looking, -10 from Napoli, out of Champions League, strange press conferences and articles that we read here and there. Well, because at the end, he was able, you like it or not, with the support of the management, don't forget that, to reunite a team. And this, my friends, when everything is and everything and everyone is sinking. Remember, we heard the stories of Nedved in the disco dancing, Pogba and Marabout, the brother story, and witch, the injuries, the ranking, the bad performances, all these kinds of strange things. Guys, not a lot of people would have succeeded in today believing that Juventus can still do something in Serie A, and giving us at least a bit of belief. Now, random, of course. Champions League is less than flop. Flop is too much already for what he did in Champions League. But then, guys, if we are going like that, then Rabiot, Danilo, Bremer, and Perin that also played in Champions League, then they don't deserve to be there neither. Because in Champions League, guys, it was a total disaster. I want to put him in not enough, a really bad not enough, because we had to wait long before having an identity. Even if the identity of Allegri, take it out of your mind, the identity of Allegri will never be one style. If you want one style and clearly understand how he's playing, you go for Sarri, you go for Pep Guardiola, and you go for these type of coaches that are clear in mind. This is how we play. This is what we have to do. 4-3-3, 3-5-2, whatever, but we play with that and we don't change. If you want the identity of Allegri is adaptability to the other teams. And you saw it versus Paris Saint-Germain. You do 21 crosses versus Inter, you do 8. Versus Verona, you play with 100 long balls. Versus Lazio, you don't play with long balls, or not that much long balls, because you change. And you will always have that with Allegri. A balanced coach that is able to judge a season and less a single game. You know what I mean? So it's a coach that you can't judge on 2 games, 3 games, because he doesn't care. He looks at the big picture at the end, and he could keep the boat in the heavy storm. And this is something, guys, I have to admit, fantastic. The lesson he gave to Sarri, to Inzaghi, of football were crazy. And that's something that we knew from Allegri, but I was doubting that he could find the energy to transmit it to his team that was totally lost. Totally lost. So, for me, Allegri there. Alexis, thank you for the donation, my friend. Really appreciate it. Alexis saying, Beppe, for me, not enough. He had so many injuries and a lot of issues and pressure, but did well overall in Serie A. But in Champions League, there are no excuses. But tactically, he has changed a lot from last season. We are pressing more. He was... let me check if you continue the message later or not. And then I can't read it anymore. But I agree with you, but it's not true that we are pressing more. We are pressing more in some games. And this is what Allegri has always done. You will see it, versus Lazio will press to dead. Then versus Inter, he will not. I'm just taking examples. Then versus Verona, he will absolutely not. But then versus Benfica, he will, for example. Because it depends on how the other team is playing. Versus Paris Saint-Germain, for example, we were pressing a lot more wide. Because Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, is not a team that is pressing. PSG is a team that is giving the ball. They are not pressing. They are relaxed. And they play with these short balls. Bam, 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 bam. Well, he adapted and he's playing a total different style versus PSG than he was playing versus Verona. What is important for him is that he knows how Verona is playing and how to go and win. And this is fantastic with Allegri, but also really difficult for his players. Because if you go with Klopp, you know that you will have one style, one big identity, and you will go for it. If you are playing with Allegri, it's difficult. A player like McKennie has difficulties, especially because of that. Because one time he has the request to play short, one time he has the request to go up, like Rabiot on Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. He played defensively, never went up. Never went up. Who went up? Fagioli. Fagioli is a player that prefers to play defensively, and probably if there were other players, Fagioli would not have played that game. It would be McKennie. Probably, I can guarantee you that McKennie would have played versus Lazio instead of Fagioli. Why? Because McKennie, he has that adaptability and capacity to go up. Fagioli, a bit less, except of that first shot on goal in the beginning of the game. But I agree with you. Champions League was a disgusting moment, but especially that big week. You know, you lose versus Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, then the week where Salernitana, they take you away that win. You lose versus Monza, then you play versus Benfica before Monza or after, I don't remember. Anyway, and you lose again. That was a terrible one. That was a really, really terrible one. Where a lot of people that were asking for his head already before the season started. But that period was even a disaster. Don't forgetting Maccabi Haifa. That's the moment where really you think we have lost it. We have lost it. We totally lost it. But I want to put him in not enough. Why? Because, again, I praise the fact that he could win, at least, with the support of the management, the locker room. And that was absolutely not an easy task. Who was thinking that it was possible to win again the locker room? Are we playing perfect? No, we are not. We are far. And this is what has been asked by the management to Allegri, was to, in the second part of the season, with the players that he will recuperate, because at the moment, after 1 hour and 32 minutes, we didn't even speak about the injured players, but with recuperating some players and so on, that he can give a bit more of identity to the team, continuing to use these young players and so on. No, Fagioli not as a number 10. No. Thank you, Fedja, for your donation, and thank you, Alexi. Do you want to know the secret why Juve is playing well? Tell us, Fedja. I'm really curious to know. Tell us that, why. I'm really curious. Steve, Ancelotti is on another planet compared to Allegri. Allegri isn't close by Ancelotti, and you guys say I'm delusional. Oh no, two coaches that are different. Ancelotti, guy, no, it's not true, Steve. It's not true. There are two types of manager in the same category, I would say. You know why? Because Ancelotti with Everton is a disaster. Ancelotti with Napoli is a disaster. It's not a disaster. It's not doing well. Absolutely not. Ancelotti was fantastic with Paris Saint-Germain, with Real Madrid 2 times. Fantastic coach with Milan. When Ancelotti had the players at his disposal, Ancelotti is maybe one of the best. Probably one of the best coach to manage big players. But when Allegri had these players, Allegri did exactly the same. The management of these big players and winning, Allegri showed and did. Then, of course, if you give Ancelotti a Juventus, like this, you remember the first game of last year. No, the second game of last year versus Empoli, where at home we do 2-2 versus Udinese, we come home, we lose 1-0 versus Empoli, where they speak Allegri and Chiellini, and they're saying, this is what we are. This is what we are as a team. If you give that team to Ancelotti, it's another story. Allegri 0-2 in Champions League. You mean 2 finals and 0 wins? Yeah, it's a moment. it's a moment. It's a disaster that Juventus lost the finals. It's absolutely a disaster. But I believe it's a moment because you know it as well. Huh? You know it. You know 100% as well. If they give us that penalty on Pogba versus Barcelona, we can speak about something else. If versus Real Madrid, I don't know what happened there in the half time. You don't know, but Real Madrid was too strong. They killed us. They killed us. I don't believe. I personally don't believe that in that moment is defining a coach. Because otherwise Zidane is the best trainer of the world, and I don't believe that Zidane is the best trainer of the world. I sincerely don't believe it. I believe that Ancelotti is better than Zidane, for example, with the experience and so on and so on. No, I don't believe, because then if we are speaking about trophies, guys, then I don't know. Neuer is better than Buffon. I don't know. Anyway, attenzione, I really sincerely believe that Ancelotti is a fantastic, great coach with big teams. And I will tell you, Steve, when you said when Allegri will win the Champions League, yes, okay, fine. And then I tell you the truth, the opposite. When Ancelotti will win with Everton, like Ranieri did with Leicester, then I will tell you that is good. If Ancelotti is not able to do what Spalletti is doing with Napoli, then I tell you that Spalletti is better. But Spalletti never trained the big Milan of the time or Real Madrid. It's way of thing. I believe that Ancelotti and Allegri, they are in the same categories of coach. If you are speaking, yes, probably Ancelotti is a better coach, probably, but not because of that win in Champions League. Anyway, by the way, Ancelotti at Juve was a real big disaster. On top. Feggia said, Beppe, wait. Feggia said, Beppe, do you want to know the secret why we are playing well? Thank you. And he said, Allegri told the players, watch GJustjuve for advices. Well, I don't believe he did that. But thank you for a really nice donation and message, Feggia. You know what? Sometimes I'm asking myself, because I know sometimes I message with Mattias Soulé and so on. But I never ask if they watch or not. But I would be curious to know if someone sometimes they watch without writing. I would be really curious. Yeah, really curious. I don't know. Then it's true that on the channel we spoke about a lot of things. We spoke about a lot of things. For example, three-man defense, we're speaking about it since years. No, but I'm sure, Aloy, I'm sure some watch. Of course they watch. But I would be curious to know who is watching, when, I would be curious if new players, for example, they come to you, they are watching the daily videos, or Kostić, for example. Kostić is going on YouTube. When you have the big video, the big thumbnail of Kostić, I would be curious to know. Anyway, that's another thing. Feggia, thank you again for the donation. Feggia is saying all players watching except of Bonucci. He said, I'm not going to watch channels who has less than 25k subs. Subscribe and make over 25 to force Bonucci to watch. I don't know how much we have now. I know that we passed the 22,000, which was beautiful. I believe we have like 22,150. 22,150. So we are far from the 25. I don't believe that we can reach the 25 this year. But thank you. Really appreciate it, Feggia. Stevie is going with Ancelotti. I will stop speaking to Steve about Ancelotti. It's true. The GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo, today he told in an interview, Allegri GOAT. Well, he didn't say it, Allegri great coach. he mentioned him with the other people. He said, who did he say again? But he even said Fernando Santos, his trainer from Portugal. I was expecting more. I was expecting more. From the interview of Ronaldo. At the end, what did he say? But attenzione, for Manchester United, it's tough. It's really tough to hear that. I don't know yet. Because I was watching it and it was a touching interview, at least the first part. I want to know the second part before going with a big statement. Out of principle, I don't like it. I don't like a player speaking like that while he's still under contract. I already didn't like the players that spoke bad about Juve when they left Juve. So imagine the players that are still under contract that are speaking bad. He waited until the last game before the World Cup to speak. He doesn't want to go there. Manchester United doesn't want him there back. Makes sense. But I don't like it. Then he said some obvious things. Anyway, I needed one more day to have a final judgment. But anyway, I don't like it. I don't like it. I really hope that Cristiano Ronaldo will do well with Portugal in the World Cup. And I believe he will do well. Not winning the World Cup, I don't believe that. But attenzione Ronaldo, because this interview could be a double one. Because all the eyes are on you. And it can relax the team to play without pressure for Portugal. But if you miss 1 or 2 games at the World Cup, can be dangerous. I don't know if it was the right move also for the World Cup. Speaking about the World Cup, I don't know. I really don't know. No. Aloy, he said obvious thing. Can we really blame him? Yes, in a way, yes. In a way, yes, you can blame him. It's not the first time, It's not the first time that he's leaving or he wants to leave when things are not going his direction. I believe in you solve your shit in your house, and then you leave. Then, when the career is over, you take a book and you make a biography and you speak about everything you want. It's Cristiano Ronaldo, guys. So, no. On the other hand, I was watching and I like the guy. I can't dislike him. I'm not a Cristiano Ronaldo hater. I was watching, and even my wife and my son, we were listening and watching, and he's funny. He deserves to be one of the best players of the world because he worked really hard. I was honored to have him at Juve. I believe he's one of the greatest. And I like the guy. He's funny. I was really sad when he was speaking about what happened with the family. That can touch poor people, rich people, whoever you are. It can happen, and I wish this to nobody. But it's hard, huh? It's hard. So I believe the end was bad handled from everyone. Anyway, too much about Cristiano Ronaldo. I want to hear tomorrow before giving a final statement. Did I watch the FIFA? Yes, I started with the first 2 episodes. I have to admit that so it's 4 episodes, the FIFA corrupt thing. I watched the first and nearly all of the second episode, and it's really well filmed, really well explained. You see, but it's really strange, and you see the Sepp Blatter. You see him when he's old and he's speaking, and it looks like your grandpa. You want to hug him, and it's really funny, and it makes jokes, and then you see the evil Sepp Blatter. It's really strange, really strange. But that FIFA is corrupt, guys. UEFA is corrupt. Serie A is corrupt, guys. It's not surprising. But in the first episode, he's saying the people they know. We as the fans, we know. And in a way, we don't care. We don't care. Because we want to watch football, we want to have fun, we want to enjoy. Is it corrupt? Yes. And we knew and we know. Unfortunately. Do we accept it? No, we are not happy, but we close an eye because we want to focus on football. Guys. About the facilities. Guys, the facilities of Juve. If Brazil today they are in La Continassa, there is a reason. There is a reason why they are there. There is a reason. So yeah, we have an amazing center, and this is also why at a certain moment we had more financial problems than other clubs in Serie A. A lot of people said, yes, Beppe, but COVID was for everyone the same. Yes and no. Partially yes, partially no. Why? Because if your investment as a club were to improve your center, I watched the center, I was there, real life. I went, I saw the things and so on, guys. What are we speaking about? We are speaking about fantastic things that costed a lot of money. So, ciao Rick, grandissimo Rick. Today I'm representing my friend Maurizio around Turin. That's today. If Rabiot watched you while putting his wig, but probably. He didn't say Sarri. It's true, he didn't say Sarri. Feja, thank you, buddy. He said right now Juve are better than Manchester United. He didn't really say Juve is better than Manchester United. Huh? He said Manchester United is behind clubs like Real Madrid and Juventus, because he's speaking about the two last where he played, and it was in the topic of investments in new technologies, in training center, in nutritionist, in recovery therapy, in the swimming pool, in all these kind of things. He didn't say Manchester United as a club is less good than Real Madrid or Juve. But it's a thin line. It's a really thin borderline between the two, where he nearly admitted that at the moment Juventus is more advanced than Manchester United. Real Madrid is more advanced than Manchester United, and this is not a mystery neither. If we are looking where Manchester United was the last 10 years, it's true. If you don't evolve, guys, it's too late. If you don't evolve, you see, a lot of people are criticizing Juve because we made a lot of mistakes, but there is a quote that I particularly really like, and it said, change before you are obliged to change. Well, if you're looking at Serie A, the stadiums in Italy, all these kind of things, they never changed. They never changed. And look where Serie A is now today, comparing to Bundesliga, Premier League. Look where we are. because they didn't change, because they were thinking that everything was acquired and we were top and we were the best of the world. Juventus, at least they tried. They tried even while winning and being the best in Italy to continue to evolve, to change. If you never do anything, you can't be wrong. If you do some things, you can do mistakes. And that's what Juventus did. They did mistakes because they wanted to try. Cristiano Ronaldo, because we were speaking about him, but also new stadium that went, actually it went really well, because we had that new stadium. We tried with a young coach that nobody knew in terms of result, because he didn't do anything in terms of result. Antonio Conte, we tried with Conte, we tried with a new stadium that we opened and so on, and things were going really well. If I rate Bundesliga better than Serie A, no, because you know that for me Serie A is the best league in the world. I hate Bundesliga, but it's true that if you are looking at stadium in Bundesliga, in how they are working with youth development, how they are, it's a league that is selling. It's not a league that wants to become the best and will never be the best, but it's a selling league. But they are doing really well what they do. They are doing really well what they do. It's a pleasure to go in Germany and watch a football game. I don't like it because you have Bayern Munich, and the other ones are the servant of Bayern Munich. So I don't like the idea of that. But in terms of Bundesliga is better than Serie A. Guys, did you already go to the stadium of Genoa? It's a shame. It's a shame. The one of Napoli. It's a shame. Guys, I don't care about Venezia with their small stadium on the island. You know, people, Venezia. Yeah, okay, Venezia. It's nice. It's third division, and you are playing with them in Coppa Italia. What a beautiful, nice stadium. It's not the stadium of Serie A. I don't care about the beautiful shirt, guys. We are speaking well, or we are not speaking here. This is what I believe. Alexis, now he has to perform in the World Cup. Yeah. He's obliged. He's really obliged to come back on Cristiano. Rocco, yes, that's what I was saying. I don't know what. We even don't wish this to the punchable face. Indeed. No, to nobody. I'm typing on Google schedule of work in Qatar and Google showing message. Did you mean Cristiano Ronaldo's interview? The second half has a surprise. I'm really curious. Feggia. Grande Feggia. I love the picture of Feggia, because I know him since so long that for now, when I'm thinking about Feggia, I'm thinking about this picture. But when you're looking closely, it looks like Federico Chiesa, an aging Federico Chiesa. Thank you for the donation, Feggia. Really appreciate it. Sepp Blatter. I'm reading your comments because I'm a bit behind. Football is corrupt. Look what they did in 2006 with Calciopoli. They decided to put Juve out. Ricky speaking about it. Ricky saying 2006 scandal. They destroy Serie A by doing these kind of things. You know, I will tell you one thing. You have two types of people in the world. You have two types of people. The people that are behind. When you're behind, you can do two things. You can watch at the one that is in front of you, and your reasoning is, I want to do better. I want to do better because I want to be first. I want to be the best. So I will look at the person, I will look up, and I will try to become better myself, working on myself to one day say I'm now the best, or to improve and become the best. because he's the best, so I want to do better than him. That means working more, focusing more, changing things to myself, but working on yourself. And that's one strategy. Then you have the other one. The other strategy is this guy is on top. How can I do to become better? I will take him down. I will take him down so that I can become better. Do I have to do a lot of things for that? No. The first one is a lot more harder because it's hard to work on yourself. Admit where you are wrong. Understand what you can improve. So it's hard. The easy way is I will take him down. Two ways of behaving in the world. Haters, a lot of haters. Well, what do? They watch a YouTube channel and so on and so on, and they start criticize. They watch this and they start criticize. They speak bad and this. They are manipulating. They try to put people down instead of elevating themselves. And Serie A did the same with Juve. Juve was strong in 2006, and what they try to do is put Juve down to become better. That's what Inter did. Not only Inter, there were a few teams there, but with the Calciopoli, that's what they did. They took Juve down to become the best. That's why Inter won 5 times in a row, 4 times in a row with one Scudetto that they received for free for I don't know still what reason. That's what they did. They took Juve down to become better. Serie A, they are focusing on Juve to put Juve down. After 9 years in a row, they tried again to put us down, referee, VAR, and so on and so on. Instead of looking at who was doing better, like Steve was saying, the Premier League, and become better. That's what Premier League did. This is why Premier League is today the best league in the world, with the most money, attracting the best players, because they were in difficulties. They watched what were the winning models. Of course, they have the language, it is English. What are the better models? Okay, it's NBA, it's this, it's the commercial part is NBA, for example. The sportive part, I don't know, it's Serie A. Let's take some coaches from Serie A to elevate our coaches. Let's try with Vialli, let's try with Zola, with Ranieri, let's try with, okay, what is working well? The Spanish players? Boom, let's take the Spanish players. I was reading something and I don't know if I saved it, and it was super interesting, guys. Let's check. Give me 1 second to see if I saved it or not in my bookmarks. I don't know if I will be able to find it. No, I don't have it. I don't know where I saw it. I forgot. Maybe some of you watched it. It was or on Instagram or on Twitter. I don't remember. Anyway, it was actually a post where you saw how many nationalities are playing in the other leagues, and you saw, for example, so many English players are playing in Italy, in Spain, in this country. So many French players are playing in this country. So many Belgian players are playing there. And then I was watching Italian players. They were in 0 leagues present. Because, of course, they went with percentages. You have Verratti in Liga, but that's it. How many Italian players do you have in Premier League? Jorginho, Scamacca. I believe that's it. 4. In La Liga, you have no Italian players. In Liga, you have no Italian players. Verratti. Emerson Palmieri. But that's it, guys. Spanish people, they are represented in Spain with a lot, and then they are in every single league. French player in their league and in every single league. English players, a lot of them, they're playing in their own league, but then you have a few of them that are playing in the big leagues, in big teams. Bernardeschi is playing in MLS, but Donnarumma, yeah. But we are not a good league, and we don't have also good product to sell. We have no sellable players. Look at today, the team of Italy, guys. It's a shame, huh? It's really a shame. The team that we had today is a shame to see. These names are a shame. With all the respect. Yeah, they love their mama, but it's also culture. It's culture-wise is a problem, because in Italy, the biggest percentage are the non-Italian players from all the countries that are playing in Serie A, and the players in Serie A, Italian ones that are not playing, they are not good enough to go in other leagues. You see? It's a big problem, huh? Guys. Let's finish with one thing. If I go back here, can you rate it? Allegri, don't forget I put him in not enough, but it was really the last one. Huh? Can you rate how much I judge well or bad? You can judge on rate on 10, huh? Of course. You can say, Beppe, you rate at 10 on 10, spot on, or 0 on 10, you were totally wrong, or you can say 5 on 10, or whatever. Sasha, I think you did well for most. 75% for Sisman. Beppe, good. Thank you. Intellectuals. 9 on 10. I try to be objective, also with players I like. For example, Soulé I like, but not enough. Where is Miretti? Miretti is in not enough. Chiesa should be on top. I hope he will be when he will be back. 8 on 10. Okay, from the first comments I see, I think that I try to be fair. Except of Rafael Heine. Rafael Heine is saying, Beppe, no, 6 on 10. You were bad. Acid is agreeing with me. Sisman, 8 on 10, then it's 80%. Huh? You have to choose. 75, it's 7.5. 7 on 10, Mandalorian. 8 on 10, Steve. Because Stevie wants me to take Milik and to put him here. Except of that, he's happy. Yeah, fantastic. Guys, I show you again because I'm really proud of that one. For the people that were not there in the beginning, this is the layout for the World Cup that starts on Sunday. Maybe I will already start with Qatar. Qatar first game already. I'm quite happy. Huh? I'm quite happy. Look at that. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. The intro, the countdown music is fantastic. I will watch a World Cup. Yeah. If I want to win the World Cup, no, I don't want Belgium to win the World Cup. I have never been a fan, and I don't believe they will win. I don't believe they will win. Why? Because I believe that the golden era of Belgium has gone, and they were not able to do it. But attenzione, because Belgium is a really great in terms of youth academy, and they invest a lot of players. So, Belgium will come back, but I don't believe that they can do it. I really don't. So, attenzione to Zeno the Bust. Zeno the Bust. I tell you already, Zeno the Bust can be a really beautiful surprise with Belgium. Zeno the Bust. Attenzione. I believe, I already give you my prediction. Prediction for Qatar. The first game, Qatar versus Ecuador. I tell you 1-0 for Qatar. You don't believe me, eh? Well, 1-0. For Qatar. You will see. No, Steve. I don't want Argentina to win. No, I said it in the beginning of the live. I want them to be eliminated as fast as possible. No, especially when I saw these guys running today, they pissed me off even more. No, out. Argentina out. Argentina out, possibly in the group stages. I would be really happy. I don't know yet who will win. Look, Group A, Qatar, Ecuador, England, Iran. England and Qatar. Senegal, Netherlands, USA, and Wales. It depends a lot on Mané, but Netherlands and Senegal. Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Denmark, Tunisia. Argentina, they will go through. What is wrong? Yeah. Guys, that's why the World Cup will be fantastic, because I will really tell you about all the players. Out, coach out. But Argentina will win. Then, I don't know. Mexico, Poland, France, Australia. And no, I'm wrong. I'm wrong with my groups, guys. I'm totally wrong with my groups. I'm sorry, guys. I'm wrong. I missed it. I was wrong. I was confused. Wait. It's Netherlands, Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal. Oof. That changed a lot. I was wrong with my groups. I'm totally sorry. Then it's hard, huh? The Netherlands will go through, depending on Sadio Mane, Senegal as well. Iran, USA, Wales, England. Then England will go. I don't know. Let me think about it. I will come back. Who will win? It's hard. It's impossible to know. I tell you 3 surprises that will do well. Serbia, Japan. Serbia, Japan. Serbia, Japan. And Uruguay. I believe in Uruguay. You will see Uruguay. Valverde, Bentancur, Dario Nunes. Italy will not lose any game. I agree with Alessandro. Ahmad, you don't know the power of Japan, huh? Because now I am watching Blue Lock. I'm watching Blue Lock. They might have learned a thing or two, huh? But anyway, guys, it was fun to have you on. I hope you enjoyed here. Let's see each other. We'll try tomorrow again, because I told you at the moment a bit difficult, but let's try tomorrow again. Grazie, forza, forza Juve. And from tomorrow we start with the beautiful World Cup. Ciao, ciao ragazzi. Maximum of likes. Don't forget the likes. Don't forget the likes before leaving. 120, 120. Ciao ragazzi.